that to your car instantly. Alternatively, you could just bring up a menu while driving and select a color from a wheel and then alter the hue and saturation of that color or colors, because you can have multiple colors on the car. It's basically like the most advanced car recoloring tool that you'll find outside of a dedicated racing game, and it comes as a totally free update that CD Projekt Red never even told us was coming. These recolors opened up some big potential for anyone who enjoys a bit of in-game photography, so it's a good thing that CD Projekt Red also updated the photo mode with a whole bunch of new options, honestly too many here to list. The final addition is a bunch of new options in character creation, adding things like 32 more eye colors, 18 lip makeup types,
oh my
two
God,
body tattoos, and tons of other stuff. Sadly though, no additional penis options were added to the game. I've already emailed CD Projekt Red to voice my disappointment about the matter, and I will of course report back even when they respond. A quick lightning round to finish off. Raf Grassetti is the immensely talented artist who led the art design work on the recent God of War games. After wrapping up on those, he left Sony Santa Monica to take up a new gig at Netflix, since they had just set up a new AAA game studio, and Netflix suddenly realized that making AAA games is actually kind of hard and very expensive. So they closed that studio less than 2 years after forming it. Well, luckily Grassetti seems to have landed on his feet, as he just announced this week that he's joined the ranks of Naughty Dog. He didn't say what he's working on, but Naughty Dog are probably pretty close to revealing their next game, and they're no doubt cooking on other long-term projects. Either way, a pretty big boost to their ranks to have the likes of Grassetti joining them. Apple is currently facing a class action lawsuit on behalf of UK app and game developers. They seek damages up to £785 million, alleging that the 30% cut that the App Store takes is an anti-competitive tax on the industry, and yes, it absolutely is. Let's hope they win. I know Tim Sweeney will certainly be cheering for them. BAFTA has done what Jeff Keighley could not or would not, and ruled Shadow of the Erdtree out of contention for their annual Game of the Year award. Of course, the announcement wasn't targeted at Erdtree specifically, but was instead a new set of rules that makes clear that the Game of the Year category is for newly released original games, where things like DLC and even remasters will have to find a home in other categories. Honestly, I personally am okay with a really astounding DLC being eligible for a Game of the Year nomination, but I'm aware that I'm in the minority with that view. Every bit of chatter I've seen online has leaned heavily in favor of the idea that DLC should be excluded from the running, so this is a rule set that will likely make a lot of people very happy. Some quick sales numbers to top you off. Doki Doki Literature Club has just surpassed 30 million players. Great to see such a wholesome, G-rated, totally normal and well-adjusted dating sim thrive. Love that for them. Speaking of wholesome, well, except for the whole gambling thing, I guess, Infinity Nikki just hit 10 million downloads.
People love that game?
That's a fair bit shy of the 36 million pre-registrations.
I mean, it is pretty cool.
But hey, when's the last time you launched anything with 10 million day one signups? Yeah, that's right. Phasmophobia has sold through a total of 22 million units, with 1 million of those being on consoles since the game launched on PS5 and Xbox Series consoles last month. And this next one's actually really great. Dragon's Quest HD 2D Remake has sold through an extremely impressive 2 million units in its first 3 weeks on sale. For a JRPG remaster, those are some hella impressive launch numbers, and Square really needed a big win this year, so this is a nice way to cap off 2024 for them. Though knowing Square, we can no doubt expect an announcement during the next earning call along the lines of HD 2D Remake did not meet expectations. Sadly, this was a very big week for layoffs across the industry. That's something that's continued to happen in fits and starts over the last few months, but it's generally been smaller studios affected. Still, those numbers add up, and right now more than 14,000 people across the games industry have been affected by layoffs in just 2024 alone. This week, for example, Deck 9, who just put out Life is Strange Double Exposure, announced an unconfirmed number of layoffs, and this comes after it laid off 20% of its workforce back in April of this year. Even worse news for Sweet Badlands, the studio behind Deceive Inc. That's one of those social sleuthing games similar to Among Us. The studio announced this week that it was actually shutting down altogether. The studio boss had this to say, quote, "After a long and difficult road of trying to get Deceive Inc. into a state where it could thrive, we have reached the breaking point for the studio, unable to continue this adventure with you," end quote. Damn. Very sad times. Unfortunately, there's more though. Torn Banner put out Chivalry 2 a while ago, and most recently No Room in Hell 2, and they just announced an unconfirmed number of layoffs. Same goes for Illphonic, who put out Friday the 13th, Predator Hunting Grounds, and the off-kilter Killer Clowns from Space. They just said goodbye to an undisclosed number of staff, citing the same tough industry conditions that seem to impact everybody else right now. The biggest cut this week, though, happened at Bulletstorm and Outriders developer People Can Fly. They announced that one of their 6 in-development projects was getting canned, and along with it, 120 jobs are now gone. The studio seems stretched very thin, but most of their projects do have publishing deals supporting them. This project, though, as well as another one, was self-published, and so it's here that People Can Fly decided to make their cuts. Still, 5 more games to look forward to from this team. So yeah, that does feel like a lot, and I do wonder how many of those will actually end up seeing the light of day. So what got announced or delayed this week? Well, big thanks to the PC Game Show for breaking the drought of announcements over the past couple of weeks. The show featured dozens of trailers for PC games, some new looks, some release date announcements, a handful of actual new game announcements, some demo drops, a tech demo from the PUBG creator? Sure, why not? Definitely far too many to mention on this show, so do check it out if you're interested, but we'll mention a few of the top line announcements right now. First of all, here's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown. Look, I can't say that a turn-based beat-em-up based on the Turtles was something that I thought I wanted, but now that I know about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. This one is a PC-only release, at least for now, and would you believe it, the developer is actually Strange Scaffold. They're the folks who put out like 3 games in the past year, including I Am Your Beast, Clickleding, and El Paso Elsewhere, and dozens more before that. Looking forward to seeing how this one turns out. It's due sometime in 2025. Digital Sun released the excellent RTS tower defense game Cataclysmo into early access earlier this year, but now they've announced a sequel to their previous hit. Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault is a return to the dungeon-crawling shop management hybrid game with a dramatic shift to a beautiful 3D art style instead of the sprites. Looks really lovely, and there's a tentative 2025 release date headed to all platforms bar Switch. Escape Simulator 2 was another new game announcement, the sequel to the first-person co-op escape room game from a few years ago that was very good fun. This one has taken a much less cartoony approach though, and a spookier one instead. No date for this one yet, but it's headed to all platforms bar Switch. Some notable release date announcements now, and let's start with Eternal Strands. This is the action-adventure game from Yellow Brick Games, which is headed up by former Dragon Age creative director Mike Laidlaw. It's got hints of Shadow of the Colossus with a destructive element to it, and it looks pretty promising. I actually played this one back at Gamescom. It was a really great time. Won't have to wait too much longer to play this one either, as it'll launch next year, January 28th for all platforms, again, bar Switch. Hey, if you haven't played the narrative RPG Citizen Sleeper, you probably should. It's a really great sci-fi scenario where your possibility space is dictated by the dice roll you roll each day, for better or worse. Lots of hard choices in this one. It was nominated for a bunch of awards when it was released, and now its sequel has a solid release date locked in on the 31st of January next year. It's headed to all platforms. A bit later in the year, we're going to get our hands on Wonderstop. This is the new game directed by Davey Redden and his team. He's the guy that made the Stanley Parable. This is a self-professed cozy game about a retired warrior who manages a tea shop, and it seems like a lot of the game will be about tea shop management stuff. But if the trailers are any indication, it'll also dive pretty deeply into the protagonist's troubled personal history as well, PTSD, etc. It's still being published by Annapurna, even though we don't really know what's going on over there right now. And if you played the Stanley Parable before, you probably know that you should expect some big twists in this storyline. This one's headed to PC and PS5 only, and it's coming out March 11th, 2025. Alright, moving on to some other announcements now. Have you guys heard of this Counter-Strike game? Apparently it's pretty popular. Yeah. Well, Epic Games has certainly heard about it, because they just announced a new mode for Fortnite called Fortnite Ballistic, and it's a first-person 5v5 competitive tactical mode where you have to defuse a bomb and buy guns. And yeah, look, obviously it's very Counter-Strike, it's very Valorant. It'll be out by the time this video is up, actually. It's going to be labeled as an early access game, and it'll only have one map at launch, and yes, you can still use all of your dumb skins. Hey, remember last week when we talked about that blatant Horizon Zero Dawn knockoff game from Tencent, Light of Moritum? And no, I did not have to Google that name because I completely forgot its unmemorable title. Well, NetEase revealed a new game this week called Anata, and at first blush, it sure as hell looks like a game designed to rival Hoyo vs. Zenless Zone Zero. And it is, but it's also doing some of its own stuff, like web slinging. I mean, I guess you can't really call that its own stuff, but hey, it'll be the first gacha game with Spider-Man mechanics, so that's sort of innovation, right? Some claim that other parts of the trailer look a little too much like GTA 6, but I don't know, man, I think that's a little bit of a stretch. It just looks like cool urban environments where the art style really pops. Gacha continues to be a plague on this industry. Not the core games, mind you, since they're actually pretty good, but the monetization model that's attached to them really sucks. But given how phenomenally successful they've been, and given that many gamers don't really have a problem with gacha mechanics, it seems, I expect we'll continue to see plenty more big budget gacha games rolling out over the coming years. And you better believe that Western developers are going to try their hand at this, because there is just too much money on the table right now. Anyway, no date for Anata yet, but it's coming to PC, PS5, iOS, and Android. A few release date announcements now. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will launch on the 4th of February next year, being brought up a week to avoid the absolute insanity that will be the rest of February. So thank you very much for that, Warhorse. We love you. The 100-line Last Defense Academy is that
wait, what?
February next year, being brought up a week to avoid the absolute insanity that will be the rest of February. So thank you very much for that, Warhorse. We love you. The 100-line Last Defense Academy is that new visual novel from the creators of the popular and mind-bending Danganronpa and Zero Escape franchises. That's locked in for the 24th of April next year. And finally, Kingmakers is that modern warfare game where you know, drive a pickup truck through medieval hordes and have a minigun, and it just looks fucking sick. Anyway, that's now got an official release window. It's arriving Q1 next year. One delay announcement this week, and it's for the remaster of Croc Legend of Gobos, one of those 1990s 3D platformers that everyone seems to have a weird affection for, myself included. This one's been pushed into 2025 despite originally being slated for later this month. And finally, it's time to sort of say goodbye to Square Enix's Foam Stars.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so this is more of a see you around, since Square Enix announced that the game's next season, which launches next week, will be its final one. After that, service for the game will stay online and events will rotate, and you'll be able to earn all the contents of previous season passes. Paid tiers will remain paid, however. The last season is called The Party Goes On, which is kind of a little sad, I think. Foam Stars just barely made it into a year after launching at the start of 2024. But kudos to Square for keeping it running in a year where Concord bombed in 2 weeks and X-Defiant got the plug pulled on it after 6 months. It's good news that all the hard work that went into making Foam Stars won't just vanish into the ether, at least not yet. So what came out last week? Well, we missed talking about this very important PC release last week, so we'll make up for it now. I'm of course talking about No, I'm just joking. Caves of Cud. Caves of Cud. Caves of Cud. It's a science fiction RPG / rogue hybrid game that hinges on an extremely deep procedural world simulation, similar to Dwarf Fortress, sacrificing visual fidelity for the most mind-boggling level of intricacy you can imagine, possibly even beyond that. It's been in development for 17 whole years, and it launched into 1.0 last week. Steam reviews are overwhelmingly positive, with over 8,000 reviews counted. Here's a review from Amenomania on Steam, who has over 660 hours in this thing. Quote, "This is my desert island game. This is a beautiful, deep, and compelling experience full of emergent narrative, a great sense of danger and discovery, risk and reward, and wildly diverse character building," end quote. A pretty sterling endorsement after 660 hours. Okay, now to the biggest RPG that was released last week. I'm of course talking about No, I'm joking. Fantasia Neon Dimension, the latest game from Final Fantasy creator Hironobu Sakaguchi. This is an expanded version of the game which originally launched onto Apple Arcade a while ago, with a unique battle system and some beautiful environments made from real-world dioramas. It's got a strong 82 on OpenCritic, with Eurogamer giving it 4 out of 5 stars, saying, quote, "I love its modern innovations, its tactical combat, and the depth of its world, which all ensure the game thrills on a mechanical level, yet a reliance on genre conventions sees Sakaguchi clinging to his Final Fantasy past, resulting in some outdated storytelling. And while this new version is more approachable, it's not quite the smoothest transition to bigger screens. Fantasia is a game that demands much of its players to rise to its extreme challenge and overlook flaws. Persevere though, and there's satisfaction and nostalgic highs to be found akin to the very best of the genre," end quote. Alright, we've been joking around at this point, but it's finally time to start talking about the biggest release of the week, the one that everyone's been going on about.
Yeah.
I'm of course talking about Marvel Rivals.
Okay,
now, this one has been really set the place on fire. We already talked about its 10 million players and its massive Steam concurrence.
I'm done.
But despite it being basically just Overwatch Classic with Marvel Heroes, people seem to really, really love it. It's getting a mostly positive rating on Steam so far, which is pretty good considering it's got almost 35,000 reviews in. Here's a nice succinct summary of everyone's thoughts from Kelvinzon. Quote, "If I'm being quite honest, I don't think it's as good as Overwatch was, but it's better than Overwatch is," end quote. Ouch. Take that, Blizzard. Okay, alright, finally time to talk about the biggest early access launch from last week. I'm of course talking about Delta Force. This one is the revival of the tactical shooter series, which debuted on the PlayStation 1, but its launch here hasn't gone as well as Marvel Rivals has. It's sitting at a mixed rating on Steam with 18,000 people chiming in and only 62% of those reviews being positive. Lots of comparisons to Battlefield, but your usual FPS concerns about anti-cheat software and balance and skill-based matchmaking and bad teammates, that's all in the mix. Definitely have a look if you're curious, as it's a free-to-play game, and oftentimes it's just better to see things for yourself, unless you're really paranoid about installing kernel-level anti-cheat stuff. Alright, no more joking around. It's time to talk about the biggest launch of the week for nerds like us. Path of Exile 2 launched into paid early access last week after the show went live. I played a bit of this at Gamescom, and I was surprised at how difficult it was in a good way. Turns out people are either really vibing with that or really not. Either way, it's launched onto Steam with a very positive user rating. 82% of the 26,000 reviews have given it a thumbs up. Steam user No Comply has 18 hours of the game and has basically given it a rousing endorsement by comparing it to Diablo 2. Quote, "This game really brings back the feeling I got when playing Diablo 2. The dark, grim atmosphere, the difficulty, the beautiful voice acting and subtle feeling of dread. Truly an honor to be alive to play this game, end quote. Wow,
True.
Okay, fair enough. Elsewhere, Steam user Pelly has almost 20 hours with it, saying, quote, even though it starts slow, in a good way, you get some momentum going as you chug along with every new piece of gear or new skill feeling like an actual power-up, rather than an incremental increase. Keep in mind that it still has plenty of early access issues, like half of the content is missing and technical problems, but it'll get there eventually, end quote. Do I have my own thoughts for this one? No, I don't, because I only played like 6 minutes of it before I had to get back to finishing my Indiana Jones review. That's up on the channel, of course. And I plan to just smash it this week. I was going to be going to the Game Awards this week, as I said, and I didn't think I'd have time to play PoE. But now it turns out that I do. So that's the plan, and I'll let you know what I think real soon. In a world without Marvel rivals, I would have said that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle would have been the biggest licensed release of last week, but there you have it. Either way, Indy has done very well for himself. The Great Circle has garnered plenty of critical acclaim for the work that Machine Games has done in staying true to the Indiana Jones vibe, but also creating a compelling game that's a mix of Dishonored and Hitman and Thief and even some Chronicles of Riddick thrown in there. On OpenCritic, it's sitting at a mighty 86, which is a great score.
It's a really fun game.
9 out of 10,
we should go back to it.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is the quintessential Indiana Jones game. It captures the look, sound, and spirit of the movies, presenting a riveting story with an unexpected focus on stealth and freeform exploration that satisfies even when certain aspects of its design are slightly underwhelming. More than anything else, Machine Games has successfully designed a game around its protagonist. Its mix of improvisational stealth and combat feels distinct by adopting a fast and loose style that echoes indie scrappy persistence. It might not be quite as accomplished in all areas as the studio's Wolfenstein games, but Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is still a frequent delight, end quote. As for my own take, you can watch the video on the channel right now, link below the like button. I really didn't have very high expectations for this one. All the marketing material just kind of made it look like first-person Uncharted, which is nice, but not super exciting, I think. But the truth is, this game is exceptionally well crafted, one that rewards your curiosity, gives you the tools to be creative in how you play it, makes you feel like goddamn Indiana Jones, and it's going to be a game we talk about for years to come. A massive achievement for Machine Games, and let's hope Microsoft gives them free rein to do whatever the hell they damn please for their next release. Again, check out the review on the channel if you're ready for it. Link below the like button. Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered is the package I never thought we'd get, but thank God Aspyr did it, and they didn't mess it up. They may be getting good at this whole remastering thing. It's sitting at an 81 on Metacritic at the time of writing, and it looks like it's introducing new audiences to Raziel and Cain, which is exactly what we all want, if we're going to get a sequel. Here's GamesHub, who gave it 4 out of 5 stars on their first experience with these games. Quote, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered has revealed to me what a layered and intriguing world Crystal Dynamics created decades ago. Its characters are flawed and compelling, its world is stylish, gloomy, and gorgeous. There's such a richness in ththese games, and I'm so glad their re-release in remastered form allowed me to finally experience them. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered is a brilliant collection for those who love Soul Reaver, and the perfect introduction for new, curious players, end quote. Meanwhile, digital clips are great at preservation, but now they're trying to hand it something completely new. Though still in a retro style they're very familiar with, Power Rangers Readers Rewind is the new co-op beat-em-up that's landed pretty well with a Metacritic score of 75. TechRaptor gave it an 8 out of 10, saying, quote, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Readers Rewind is a wonderful homage to the IP and makes for a great beat-em-up with an exciting soundtrack and outstanding visual design. Fans of the Power Rangers will be pleased, end quote. All in all, pretty damn good week for licensed games, huh? So what comes out this week? Well, we're definitely getting into the skinny end of the year now, provided that, no more games get shadow dropped at the Game Awards. First up, we've got Spirit of the Samurai, which launches on Thursday. This is a 2D action game that we featured on the show a while ago on account of how interesting it looks, the stop-motion aesthetic, and its trio of very different protagonists, and just its whole vibe, really. It looks really interesting. PC only for that one, out on Thursday. Joining on Thursday is Skydancer's Behemoth. So this is one of 2 big VR games releasing this week. I guess they thought that waiting until all of the huge flat-screen games were out of the way was a good call, and you can't argue with that. This is a new one from the team who made The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, which is widely regarded as one of the must-have VR titles. This is a fantasy game that echoes Skyrim and Shadows of the Colossus as you travel around a fantasy land trying to take down gargantuan beasts. This one's on all VR platforms. If you want the complete opposite of that, there's a nice little indie game releasing this week called Pine, A Story of Loss. This comes from the narrative label Fellow Traveler, and it's a hand-drawn tale about a woodsman coming to terms with the death of his wife and the subsequent grief. Yes, I know we're all thinking about God of War right now, but it's not like that, I promise. It's quite different. Based on some personal experiences from the lead developer, and it looks really nice, genuine, honest, and vulnerable. So if that's the kind of experience you might be looking for right now, it's out on Friday, and it's coming to PC and Switch. And finally, Alien Rogue Incursion is helping us cap out the year on Thursday. This Alien game looks like it's trying to ride the line between the horror of Alien Isolation with a bit of action thrown in there too, since you can still play as a colonial marine and there is a gun. Alien and VR seems like a done deal, but you never really know with this particular property. This one's headed to PC and PSVR 2 only. There's another horror game coming out this week that's gotten quite a bit of attention, and there's good reason for that, so put this on your radar.
Welcome to the Cabin Factory Corporation.
Oh, we saw this.
Starting today.
This is Cabin Factory, and its appeal lies in a very simple but very enticing premise that makes your imagination fill in all the juicy gaps. Basically, you work in a cabin factory, and your job is to wait for the cabins to come to your station via conveyor belt, and you inspect them to assess whether they're haunted or not. If they aren't, you go back and press the clear button. If they are, ideally you go back and press the danger button as quickly as you can. It's one of the many horror games that have followed in the footsteps of PT, all aiming to make you feel very uneasy in a very short space of time, and the developer indicated that this one's only about 60 minutes long. Boy, do I want to see which one of those cabins are haunted. This one's also out on Thursday, and if you like the look of it, you can find a link to it over on our Steam Curator page, which also has links to all of the other Put This On Your Radar stuff we've recently covered. I'll leave a link.
This game is actually coming out tomorrow.
Sort of free stuff time now, and over on Epic, it's that time of year where they usually gear up to give away multiple free games as part of their, year-end festivities. But annoyingly for all of us, those titles will remain a mystery until right before they're available, meaning we can't tell you what they are in a timely fashion. It's literally just a GIF wrap icon right now, so keep your eyes out for what that could be and make sure you don't miss it. It's otherwise all quiet for sort of free stuff this week, but thankfully Prime Gaming are definitely working overtime to make up for it. As part of the already announced games releasing this week, this Thursday you've got a GOG code for the beautiful indie platformer Planet of Lana, definitely worth checking out, as well as Electrician Simulator on the Epic Store. But to mark the launch of the Secret Level Anthology series, Amazon has also thrown up a bunch of games related to the episodes in that series collection. And it seems like the folks at Hasbro and Games Workshop definitely want everyone to get into D&D and Warhammer 40k, because the games on offer include Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Neverwinter Nights, Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 1 and 2, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 1, Space Hulk Deathwing, and the very janky but ultimately worthwhile Necromunda Hired Gun. And thankfully there are two other games in there as well, both bangers, Spelunky and The Outer Worlds. That's the one from Obsidian, of course, not the other one, the one I won't shut up about. So if Santa doesn't bring you anything else for Christmas, here's hoping you've got yourself an Amazon account. Our feel-good story for the week is one very near and dear to my heart, Soul Reaver. So, we discussed earlier that the Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remasters were just released, and they're great, so congrats to Aspyr for nailing it. What you might not know is that video game documentary makers NoClip have been working for literally years on making a Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver documentary, talking directly with the people that made the game and, are responsible for its legacy all these years later, pun intended. As part of that documentary process, Crystal Dynamics gave NoClip access to a bunch of archival footage and files. Buried amongst these are recorded auditions for the various voice roles, and it turns out that basically the entire cast of Metal Gear Solid auditioned for a role on Soul Reaver. Personally, I think Crystal Dynamics made the right calls in their casting, but I'll let you be the judge.
David Hayter, Raziel.
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants.
This is Ariel.
What?
Your madness has shattered our dreams and blinded you.
Ooh.
There is nothing left of me to fear, vampire.
No,
that felt
Kain.
weird.
Once more, you underestimate me. The dark gifts manifest differently in each of us.
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth.
Okay.
Raziel.
Whoa.
I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
All right, ladies and gents, that
that's
is the show
cool.
for the week. We'll be back next week for a Game Awards roundup. But in the meantime, be a doll and hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and ding that notification bell while you're there. I'm off to drown myself in PoE 2 for the rest of the week, so leave me a build tips below. And don't forget to enter the Gigabyte PC giveaway, which is live right now and will be until early Jan. You can find all the details for that one over on my Indiana Jones review. Thanks again for watching, and a big thanks to this week's sponsor, Raycon. Man,
The fucking upload. Alright, that was a good one. Alright, alright. Ooh. Alright. Ba-da-do, do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Shut the fuck up! Alright, don't mind him. Ma-na-ma. Oh shit, it's already 12 hours. Shit. Dude, I gotta shower and shit before the movie night.
No escape.
Let me do it after this. Mate, fucking annoying. What's with bots sending wall text? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Shut the fuck up. We haven't showered because I've been streaming for 12 hours. I did shower in the morning, that's it. I haven't showered ever since. Buggers. Help! Ow. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god! Did you miss her shower? Yeah. I haven't showered. Why do I even need a shower if I don't fucking go out at all for 12 hours? And I'm in a fucking AC room for the whole fucking day. Like a fucking degenerate. Hell yeah. I do need a shower though. I'm probably gonna end the stream first and I'll just like go live maybe near the movie night hour. I'll take some rest, do some shit first, check out my cats and shit. Also, I'm I don't know what do you call that in English. I'm wangy as fuck, dude. Wangy as hell. Wangy wangy. Wangy wangy. Enter the Titan Grotto. Where the fuck is that? Enter the Titan Grotto. With a clasp entry. Nani? Oh god. Alright, never mind. I found it. That's a cool entry. Just collapse before your eyes.
The Third Pact speaks of this. I'm not supposed to be here.
Oh, let's fucking kill whoever this guy inside. Okay. Shitty items. Should probably level up. Maybe more decks. And more decks over here. I still don't know what else should I take. Still thinking about it.
Relentless assault!
I don't think I'm doing a lot of damage. Probably the crescendo is not really doing me good. They should be here. It can only do here? Like I'm not doing enough damage.
Shocking.
Shocking. Oh boy. Oh! Another one? Oh my god, Gara's gonna be so mad. Are you fucking kidding me? Another fucking... Oh my god! I don't do any damage, but oh my fucking god, that's crazy. Look at my speed, dog. Oh my god. How do I imbue that? Holy shit. That's crazy. Huh. Okay. Holy shit. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? Oh boy. That's not good. That's not fun.
No mana.
Is that a mana drain? Holy fuck. Oh my god, it is. That's weird. Okay.
No escape.
Cultist crown. Ow. Jeweled gloves. Fuck, I cannot stop playing this game, dude. Just actually crazy. Oh, boss fight. Yo! Now. What the fuck? Okay, this boss is actually kind of weird. What is going on? Dude, what is going on? Help. I cannot even hit my shit. Oh my! You kidding me? I was literally done. That is so cringe. Me and Yoho are waiting for the maintenance to finish for StarCraft, the new holiday event starting. Oh, the winter one? Ooh.
No escape.
I don't think I'm hitting the Duke. What? That's so cheesy. Dude, I almost killed him first try. Fuck you, devs. God damn it. Oh, hello, Gara. Oh, by the way, got my second unique. Even though it is a level 10 dexterity, so it does looks like for a new character instead of like a current one. Is that the nature of it?
By the dreamer.
Like it's like the fucking thing is supposed to be for new character stuff.
Fury unleashed.
Oh my lord. Okay. Relax, dog. Dude, this boss is so cringe. Half of the time I cannot even hit my own bell for some fucking reason. Oh boy. I guess I'll just do this normally. Bro! No, don't do this right now. Fuck you. Oh no, I'm out of mana. Oh god. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not good. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay.
The servant of the dreamer has dared
Woo.
and succeeded.
Hey, not funny. Not funny. Not funny. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Holy shit, that was so close.
The dreamer provides a living gem. A
Ooh,
gift
46
and a
dexterity.
prize.
20 strength, 48 int.
I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for that.
Shibal. Zarka. It was a quarterstaff? God damn it. Okay, that fucking sucks.
What have you learned?
To get a really good item that is not your class, that
Is
sucks.
beautiful and quite haunting. Perhaps it is simply my imagination, but I feel as if there is something staring back at me from deep inside. Impressive, young one. Now we have everything we need to recreate the Horn of the Vastiri. It'll take a bit of carving. I think the flame ruby goes here. Imbue the essence of water with the proper motions. Maybe I'll just tighten that there. Snap that off. Oh, I hope that wasn't important.
There's a staff that bleeds on hit and stuff with
Alright.
thorn damage?
Bit like the
What?
original horn. If my fingers were more nimble, I could.
That's crazy, dog. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? I literally do not have slot. Help. Ma'am, give me a sec.
Do not wander. Hello.
I will accept this honor.
Yo, what is this quest item? Holy shit.
Will tell your tale.
It's a big ass quest item. And you cannot drop it off. Fucking hell.
Young one. Do not wander. What?
What?
Do not wander.
Oh wait, oh my god.
Hello.
Thank you. I didn't. Okay, brain doesn't work. Okay. Thank you. I did not notice that. Holy shit. Blah. Okay. Ding dong, ding dong. Okay. By the way, how do you usually do your shit? Like, do you like once I sell everything I don't use? Oh, that's it. Do you not dismantle
Careful story.
or disenchant? Sorry, for the thingy thing.
Tell your tale.
the fucking transmutation, augmentation, the orbs. The transmutation, to be exact. I do have too many of them, to be honest. I need to start doing shit with it. Ba, 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 ba. I salvage, socketed, and superior stuff. Superior? Wait, what is superior in this? I reroll stuff, but I try not to, since I'm in early game. Wait, you can reroll? Excuse me? What do you mean? My duty. Four, 6. Cut, skill gem, support gem, skill gem, skill gem. Some orbs reroll the augment the item has, but yellow and above use the good currency, like Exalted and Chaos, so I try to save those. Air. Yeah, Chaos and Exalted is very rare for obvious reason. Upgrade a normal item to magic with 1 life modifier. Upgrade a normal item to magic with 1 chaos modifier. Even the Artificer's Orb is very fucking rare. Yeah, I haven't really thought about all of this right now since I'm still in Act 2. I'll probably just start to care about it once I'm level 60 or something. Or at least 40. Or at least once I'm done with the Act 3 and goes to cruel difficulty. Salvaging superior gear gives artificer shards. Superior. Superior is what color? Yeah, Act 3 is the ending for the campaign for now. Since 4 to 6 is gonna be for full version. Superior is any color? Wait. How do you know an item is a superior? A quality percentage? Yeah, that is rare. Where is it? I'm pretty sure I have something. It hasn't a name? Oh, superior. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I sold it. Why the fuck do I keep this?
Speak up.
Okay, maybe I did sold it. Oh well. Ugh. Okay. We have surpassed the 12 hours, actually going into 13 hours. Damn. I cheated. I streamed longer than I was supposed to be. Alright. Chat. I'm gonna take a break for a bit before we go back for the movie night. Gotta do all the fucking normal human shit. I'll be back. And yeah. We'll be back in roughly 9, 10. Well, 2 hours exactly. We'll be back in 2 hours. Alright, alright. So I will see you guys in 2 hours for the thingy thing. Nah, man. I think I'm gonna take a break. I need to stand up and shit as well. I've been sitting 90% of the time for the past 12 hours.
Tell your tale.
So, yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. Although I do need to get some drippy drip outfit first. Hold up. Drippy drip screenshot. Sheesh! Holy! Damn, the drippy drip. Poke sheet, poke sheet. I do like the Spearow a whole lot though. Considering this does have like some lightning imbue to it. This looks like some Wukong style quarterstaff. Looks dope. Mr. Drip outfit is fanboy cute. What do you mean? Alright. Anyways, chat. Thank you guys all for watching this technically 13-hour stream. Holy! It's been fun. It's been fun. I'll be back in 2 hours for some secret level movie night. Roughly gonna be 2 hours ish. It's a 8 episodes season 1. 2 hours. So I'll see you guys in 2 hours. Okay? I need to change the garb belt and skirt. Okay, you guys shut the fuck up. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you everyone for chilling out in the chat till the end of the stream. Thank you, Payne, Ari, No, Gara, Hadian, and everyone else that I forgot to mention or lurking with the stream open in the background while you're doing your own stuff. I see you guys in quite a bit. Get some food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever time zone you are at right now. And yeah, get some break. Stop staring at the screen for too much. All right? Take care of yourself. I'll see you guys next time. I mean, in 2 hours. Sorry, 2 hours. Peace. Raddtrap pages in the chat. Your mama.